What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel. Check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to talk about this Giannis move to Miami, right? In my opinion, I think for Giannis, I just think this is a big mistake. I think it's just it's just like him staying. It's like a lateral move. Him going to Miami is just like a lateral move. It's probably basically more so for a change of scenery than anything. I don't see how Giannis and Bobby Portis. Bobby Portis is up there in age. I don't see how they really make a big difference, especially even in the East. How this makes Miami better than his situation was when he was in Milwaukee. So I just think it's a lateral move, right? So I was listening to Nightcap, Shannon Sharp, and Chad Johnson. So they were kind of caught off guard by this trade because it came in like, I guess, while they were doing their podcast. So what I want to do is I want to play their reaction and then come back with my reaction.
Traded to the Miami Heat, Giannis and Bobby Portis goes to the Heat. Tyler Hero, Kel Ware, Jaime Jaquez, 3 first-round picks, a pick swap, and a 2nd-round pick goes to Milwaukee.
Hold on. Oh, so Bobby came to Miami too?
Yeah, that's why I said we got to get BP back on here, man.
I told. Remember what Bobby said about when I told him Giannis was coming here?
Yeah.
And little did he know he was a part of it. Huh?
Okay. Block Sham, the Milwaukee Bucks are trading franchise icon Giannis Antetokounmpo and Bobby Portis to the Miami Heat. Tyler Hero, Kel Ware, Jaime Jaquez. I can't even pronounce this other guy's name, so I'm not going to butcher it. 3 first-round picks, including number 13, 1 pick swap, and a 2nd-rounder. Sources tell ESPN.
So look, and this is another thing. This to me is just because when you have a franchise ball player like Giannis, and you are a Milwaukee, I just think that Milwaukee dropped the ball on the situation with Giannis, and Giannis did, right? And I've been saying this the whole time about Giannis, the whole time he's been in Milwaukee. I just think that it was his job to be a basketball player and just allow management to do their job. They started to let Giannis make too many changes and influence, what else was going on as far as front office decisions that, with the Milwaukee Bucks. And I think that right there is what hurt them. When they got rid of Drew Holiday, then they got rid of, they got rid of that coach, Budenhauser, which I thought was a mistake. You get rid of this guy, Mike Budenhauser, directly after you win a championship. I just thought it was a mistake. Then you get rid of, like I said, Drew Holiday. Then you get rid of what was the Adrian Griffin. You bring in Doc Rivers. You bring in Dame Lillard. And they're bringing in Dame Lillard because they think that they need more offensive, power to compete. When you get rid of a defensive point guard who knows how to set the table, and then he's gonna play defense at the other end. I just I couldn't imagine. Now he's going to the Miami Heat, but I couldn't imagine Pat Riley allowing Giannis to make those type of demands on the team, and then really going along with those demands. And so that's when the Milwaukee Bucks did that, made those type of decisions, trying to keep Giannis happy, and in some ways probably thinking that those were good moves. And I just think that Giannis wasted a lot of his career, some good years, at least 3 or 4, in my opinion, where they could have been at least, they could have been rebuilding and bringing in stronger players to reinforce or build on what they already had. And so now you see him in Miami in a situation I think is a lateral movement. I don't think that this makes Miami no better than what Milwaukee was last year. And then so you still got to go. You're not going to be able to beat the Knicks. you're not going to be able to beat the Celtics, because I think the Celtics are going to hang on to Jaylen Brown. I think they're going to hang on to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's name is always in some, he's always in the trade rumors. But I think the Celtics, if they were, intelligent, like I think they are, they usually make good decisions when it comes to, players and stuff like that. And I think they're going to hang on to Brown unless Brown just really rock the boat to a point where they got to get rid of him. So, and that's
well, there you go.
What else Shannon Sharp has to say about this situation? Him and him and Chad Johnson. It to me, it just seemed like they kind of in shock.
Somebody says Mitchell Robinson going to the Bulls. Also, they are going to draft Acuff, trade Giddey. We should make the playoffs. This is why this we can buy what we want and compete fast. But you just, I guess, you just traded for Claxton.
Hey, Unc.
Yeah.
I'm still looking to see where that's at.
What that, Giannis?
Yeah.
The Shams reported it 58 seconds ago.
Yeah, see, they just
Giannis
getting
gonna
this.
like that new deal. Hey, note the taxes, nice weather.
He get to meet me.
Yeah, he get to meet you. So now, okay, we got one big domino fall. Okay, where does Ja go?
Hey, Unc, didn't I tell you I say Pat got one more thing up his sleeve?
He ain't got nothing to offer. You would say trade him Bam?
No, that's what I said. Like, all right, so Shannon Sharp said Pat Riley don't have anything else to offer to bring in somebody like a like Ja Morant, right? And that's true. I agree with that. That's why I said, I remember when what was the guy named Carmelo Anthony, man, when he went to New York and they had to get rid of like so many pieces to bring him in, whereas though if he had waited one more year, he would have got to play with a better cast. He had a better supporting cast around him. And the same thing I think for Giannis, not that Giannis they would have been able to keep pieces had Giannis stayed, but I just think, like I said, I keep saying this was a lateral movement. Now what do you do? Like, that's why I'm surprised too that Giannis went to Miami, because I just think that going to Miami, when you get there, they're not going to have anything. I'm surprised again too, also that Bobby Portis was a part of this deal, right? And that just shows that they think that Bobby Portis in Milwaukee is probably on the decline too. I don't know if they're going to bring Giannis' brother, in on this deal down to Miami, but maybe Pat Riley is just trying to, he's up in age, and maybe he's just trying to make a splash and trying to, excite the fan base by bringing Giannis there. But as far as them being able to beat New York, beat Cleveland, beat Boston, I don't see that, and depending on what happens in the draft with Milwaukee, they may not even be able to beat Milwaukee. I'm looking at the last few years with Giannis, and he's not really been all that impressive. Even though he hasn't had much help, they should have still been able to do better than what they have, and that's a whole nother video. I haven't been really all that impressed with Giannis the last couple of years. And a big part of it is because Giannis put Milwaukee in a situation where they had to get rid of, they got rid of some really good pieces. Middleton, where's Middleton at? Middleton left and went to, he with the Wizards now. The last I checked, he was with the Wizards.
No.
Okay.
Hey, but it's still some up his sleeve now. Give him time.
Only move that Pat Riley can really make right now, and I don't think he want to bring LeBron in. I don't know, number one, if they have the money to bring LeBron in, and Pat Riley is not a fan of LeBron James, and LeBron James is not a fan of Pat Riley. So I don't see, even if he was in that lineup, LeBron James, Giannis, Bam. Let me see, Giannis, Bam, Bobby Portis. It's defensively, I think it's a strong unit because Bobby Portis is a good defender. Bam and Giannis are good defenders. But I don't know if that, like how much firepower, how much offensive firepower they had to be able to get something done. So I want to see though what else Pat Riley have up his sleeve. But as far as like having assets, he don't really have any more assets to give up. He gave up a lot. He gave up everything he could give up to get Giannis. So yeah, I don't see them going anywhere with this. So like I said, this is a big mistake for Giannis to even. I think he should just stayed in Milwaukee if he wasn't going to go to Boston. If he could have made a deal to go to Boston, that would have been better. But other than that, I just think it was a big mistake. So that's my take on it. Make sure to like, subscribe. Also, don't forget to leave a comment, and I'll check you all out in the next video. Peace.